Alrighty guys, everyone is so hyped about the F-22 and the F-35 and people are already saying that for some entire reason the F-22 is actually not fitting the expectations and it's not as good as they thought. Well, I got a bit of surprises for you guys because in this video I'll be showcasing you guys exactly how good the F-22 truly is, and those people who are saying the opposite, you better sit down. Alrighty, so you guys already know how I actually do things around here. I'm going to be doing my test, my first test, which is of course going to be based on the vehicle health. And for this test, this I'm going to be using the Bard because it's more consistent than the explosive sniper. So basically, the way we're going to find out how much health this vehicle has is I'm just going to be doing whatever amount times by 50. So anyway, let's start with the first 11 shots which the Bard is going to be having, which is just going to be a little bit of a slow procedure. I know these parts are a little bit boring, but I tried to stick to it because I'm also excited to see how much this vehicle is actually going to take. So this is going to be shot number 12, shot number 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20, and it looks like the F-22 Raptor has that after exactly 20 hits. So 20 times 50, it means the health of it is going to be around 1000. Alrighty, so you guys already know the next time I'm gonna do the F-35 Lightning. Let's go ahead and do exactly the same measurement. So the first 11 shots are going to be very simple. I don't even have to count anything, but after that I'm going to be counting each shot just to make sure every measurement is going to be accurate. So this is going to be shot number 12, shot number 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20, and then we have ourselves 21. Let's make sure to keep counting. Now we have ourselves 22, 23, and 24, and the health of the F-35 is going to be 1200. Pretty simple test. The winner of this category will be the F-35. However, they are very close in health, so I'm not counting out the F-22. It is really close. Alrighty, so the next category which we're going to be moving into is going to be the overall speed of all of these vehicles. So the first I'm going to be showing you guys the overall speed of the F-35, but from what you guys can see over here, the F-35 will be going exactly 329 to 330 miles per hour. So this is going to be its overall speed. Let's go ahead and also take a look at the measurement of the F-22 because the game doesn't have that provided for us just yet. Alrighty, so let's just jump into the F-22 and see how fast its overall speed is going to be. So let's go ahead and actually take off the landing gears and let's just go in a straight line. This is the best measurement of speed that we can achieve, and it's going to be able to go up to 339 miles per hour, or even up to 340, 345, or even 350 when we do actually go ahead and dive down. So its overall speed is going to be around 10 higher than the F-35, so the winner of this category is going to be the F-22 Raptor. Alrighty, so the next category we're going to be testing is going to be seeing how much each of the bombs on both of these vehicles will actually be able to do to the shield. I'm not going to be testing it on tanks for the reason that the damage seems to be very inconsistent whenever I do these tests, so it's best to actually just go ahead and check it out on the shield. Alrighty guys, so we are already in the air with the F-22. The way we're going to be testing this on the shield is I'm going to try to slowly go above my base, and we're going to see the damage measurement, which I'm actually going to be able to get the second I actually drop this bomb. So let's go ahead and drop it nice and slow, and then we're going to have to turn around, and the amount of damage is going to be able to do is going to be 700 damage. So it looks like the overall damage output from both of these bombs is going to be around 1400. That's not really the highest amount of damage. Completely honest, it's actually kind of below average in terms of a lot of vehicles in the game, which is slightly concerning, but this vehicle at the end of the day is meant to be good for air-to-air. So let's go ahead and actually test its air-to-air capabilities, but first let me just quickly show you the damage of the F-35. Alrighty, so the F-35, our standard pick. Let's all be honest, we both know this is going to be the winner of the category, but let's go ahead and see how much one bomb is going to be able to do. It's going to do exactly 700 damage, and it's just going to be 2 times more bombs than for the F-22. Yeah, this is pretty standard. It makes a lot of sense. The F-35 will be winning in terms of bombing, but you guys are in for actually a rough ride because the F-22 is better in many other categories. So the first thing we are testing over here is to see how good the F-22 Raptor's missiles are actually going to be against planes, and this time we're going to be testing it against the F-35. So missile number 1 is going to be taking around 31% away from the F-35. So when we do go ahead and actually fire all of them at the F-35, as you guys can see, the damage is absolutely huge. And let's go ahead and take a look at the F-35 now. Alright, so we are inside the game and with our standard pay-to-win vehicle. Let's see how much damage the F-35 is going to be doing, and it does exactly 25% per shot. So we can naturally assume it's going to be slightly worse by 5% than the likes of the F-22 Raptor. However, again, we do have to consider the fact that the F-35 does have have more lock-on missiles for the air, which obviously is going to be making it technically better, but on the other side, I prefer to have better individual damage than just have missiles to spam, because the quality always goes over quantity. So the winner of this category in terms of air-to-air missiles, I'm going to be giving it a slight edge to the F-22 Raptor. So in this test, I'm going to be testing the overall cannon of the F-22, and I will be using a stopwatch just to show you guys how long it's actually going to be taking you to actually kill the mouse, just to make this video have a little bit more quality. You guys have been telling me to do this, so here I am. Here is a perfect example to showcase how long it's going to be taking to actually kill the mouse, and it's going to be at around 15 seconds. So now doing exactly the same thing to the F-35, let's go ahead and not make this any longer and see how long it's going to be taking for the F-35 to actually go ahead and kill the mouse. I have tried to time these stopwatches just as good as I possibly can, so let's go ahead and take a look. The cooldown seems to be slightly bigger on the likes of the F-35, and then let's go ahead and continue. And it looks like the F-35 is going to be winning this by an inch, but I'm going to be giving it a draw just because of how close it was. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the missile damage against tanks. The F-35 is going to be firing its first missile, and it did exactly 22% after one, so logically it should be able to kill the mouse after 5 missiles. So this is missile number 4 and then missile number 5, and it takes exactly 5 to kill the mouse. So now let's go ahead and actually do exactly the same thing to the F-22. It's going to be firing 1 missile, and let's go ahead and take a look at how much it did. Wait, what? It just did 5%? What is this? Okay, let's just make sure that was inaccurate. Let's fire all the 4. Is there any changes? Okay, I'm actually gonna become the Joker. What the hell? It does 5% each? Okay, I do not trust that at all. Let me just actually get my friend to shoot at me from far away. Maybe shooting on the top of my tank will help it. I'm just really hoping that this is gonna be good. Please, F-22. Let's see, are you actually bad on killing stuff on the ground? But from what it actually looks like, yeah, the F-22 is just absolute terrible in terms of being able to kill tanks or anything like that whatsoever. So looks like its missiles are only going to be made for the likes of the air-to-air, which is totally understandable, but I'm still a little bit disappointed with the fact that you guys will have to pretty much use your main cannon and the bombs to actually kill tanks on the ground. But it does make sense not to make the F-22 too OP. So in this next test, I'm going to be actually seeing and going in a circle with the F-35 while I'm going to be using the F-22. We are both going to be going at around 80% throttle. We're just going to be seeing if any of us are going to be able to outturn each other. From what it currently looks like right now, we are unable to turn each other at all, and we are kind of in the same spot right at the same time. It feels like the F-35 is slightly, ever so slightly in the lead after every single turn. Yeah, right here it had a little bit of a lead on me, and as we continue to progress through this, it looks like the F-35 is just slowly getting an even bigger and bigger lead on me. So from what it looks like, the F-35 is going to be having a slight advantage in terms of actually turning. However, the F-22 will have better speed, it will have better barrel rolls, so maybe that's also going to help it in terms of air-to-air. Again, these are statistics and it doesn't actually mean who's going to win in the actual fight, so let's go ahead and move into the next one. The F-35 will be winning this category by also a slight edge. So now moving into the actual test of the lock-on range, and let's see how long and how far the F-22 will be able to actually lock at. So let's go ahead and see. The F-35 will be going to 2000 stats far away, and let's see if it's still able to lock on. Yeah, it's still able to continue after 2k, but I think the overall measurement is going to be around 2.2k of overall lock-on range, which is still insanely good. Let's go ahead and take a look at the F-35. So now we're going to be doing exactly the same thing, and my friend is going to be measuring my lock-on range by basically standing in V2. I'm going to get further away from him, and from what it currently looks like, the F-35 is going to be having a rough lock-on range of around 2000 studs. So the winner of the lock-on range is going to be the F-22 Raptor. However, it's going to be close, and pretty much every single category in this whole entire video was just so close, and the F-35 barely wins that I'm probably going to give it the win at least high difficulty or something like this. But gotta say, the F-22 is actually really good, especially for air-to-air. So you guys gotta stop underrating it and actually have fun with it. Anyway guys, that is all I have for you all in today's video. Let me know in the comment section down below whatever vehicle you want me to test next, and I'll probably be testing it today. So anyway, I'll see you guys later. Have a great rest of your day.